If you thought reality TV couldn't get any messier, buckle up. Because this latest scandal just made the Kardashians look like a calm Bible study group. Out of nowhere, Karlissa, yes, Blueface's forever activated mother, the queen of midnight rants and unprovoked chaos, has jumped online screaming to the world that Chrisean Rock was living in a shelter. A shelter. According to Karlissa, the girl who throws punches like she's trying to win a Mortal Kombat tournament was sleeping in a bunk bed, sharing a microwave and borrowing Wi-Fi like a college freshman on a broken budget. And the internet? Oh, they are eating this up like it's Thanksgiving leftovers. But that's not even the craziest part. While this bombshell was exploding over on Baddies USA, Kash and Naj decided to recreate an entire WWE pay-per-view in the hallway. Fists were flying, nails were snapping, wigs were spinning like ceiling fans. This wasn't a fight. It was a full-scale natural disaster with eyelashes, and somehow, all of this chaos is connected. Today, we're diving into the shelter accusations, the baddies beatdown, and the behind-the-scenes drama that ties it all together. Grab your popcorn. The scandal didn't just get messy. It got criminally entertaining. Karlissa's mouth has become the unofficial news network for any drama involving Blueface, Chrisean, baddies, and whoever else accidentally walks into the blast radius. And this time, she didn't just throw shade, she launched an entire solar eclipse. According to her, Chrisean wasn't living the celebrity it girl lifestyle she flexes online. Nope. Karlissa claimed Chrisean was tucked away in a shelter, surviving on instant noodles and prayer, hiding her situation like it was national security intel. And the wild part? The internet believed her instantly. That's how chaotic this family tree is. People hear shelter and go, yep, sounds accurate. The story blew up faster than a leaked celebrity group chat. Overnight, hashtags started popping up like popcorn kernels. People were arguing, stitching videos, writing think pieces from their kitchen tables like they were CNN analysts. Some said Karlissa was lying for clout. Others said Chrisean's lifestyle was suspiciously inconsistent. And in the middle of this digital riot, Chrisean remained completely silent, which only made everything louder. Silence from her is the equivalent of a nuclear alarm. Meanwhile, on Baddies USA, Kash and Naj were basically acting out the physical version of this whole situation. One minute they were talking, the next they were throwing hands like God personally pressed a fight now button. It didn't look like a normal argument. It looked like a deleted scene from a superhero movie where the characters discover they have powers and immediately start testing them on each other. Every punch echoed like they were hitting steel beams. The drama was so loud Twitter had to use subtitles. People instantly connected the dots. A shelter rumor dropping on the same day Kash and Naj went full Transformers. The internet swore the universe was telling us something. Memes surfaced suggesting the fight broke out because one of them mentioned the shelter situation by accident. Others joked that Chrisean sent her spiritual energy into the baddies' house and triggered the brawl, like a remote control chaos button. And honestly, with this cast, nothing sounds too crazy. The rumor caught fire because Karlissa delivered it with the confidence of someone reading a Bible verse. She didn't say maybe, she didn't say allegedly. She said it like she personally signed Chrisean into the building and inspected the bunks. And every time Karlissa goes live, she talks like she has exclusive access to invisible documents nobody else has ever seen. People don't trust her, but they listen, because she says things with Olympic-level conviction. Fans dug up old clips of Chrisean talking about hardship, homelessness, and survival, and suddenly the narrative started shaping itself. People were editing videos of her crying, fighting, running, and then slapping a shelter era label over it like it was a documentary. The internet is ruthless. They turned trauma into a TikTok trend with no hesitation. And then came the reaction from people who actually know her. A couple of acquaintances hinted that Chrisean did go through tough phases between shows, deals, and breakups. They didn't confirm the shelter claim, but they didn't deny it either. And you know the internet. One vague answer becomes a full-blown confirmed storyline in 6 minutes. Suddenly every blogger, podcaster, and gossip page became an investigator with a magnifying glass. But then came the twist nobody expected. Some fans claimed Karlissa exposed this not out of concern, not out of sympathy, but out of pure revenge. A digital payback because she was tired of Chrisean dragging her son every week like it was a hobby. Karlissa treats social media like a battleground, and exposing someone's past is her favorite weapon. She'll pull out a secret from 8 years ago like she's showing a coupon she forgot she had. The shelter rumor alone was enough to keep the internet occupied. But then the baddies fight pushed everything into cinematic territory. Kash and Naj weren't just fighting. They were fighting like they were trying to decide the fate of the entire franchise. One punch sent a water bottle flying like it had a personal storyline. Their hairpieces were holding on for dear life, performing harder than half the cast. and viewers lost their minds because the timing felt suspicious. Whenever something happens in the Blueface Chrisean universe, something equally insane erupts somewhere else. People started crafting conspiracy theories like they were getting paid for each one. The fight was symbolic, one user wrote. It represents Chrisean's struggle between her old life and her new fame. Another person posted, Naj and Kash were fighting because of the shelter rumor. This is modern Shakespeare. The internet will turn a random hallway brawl into a historical event if you let them. Chrisean's silence became the loudest part of the chaos. Normally, she responds instantly to any accusation. She'll go lift faster than an emergency alert. So the absence of a reaction made people think the rumor had some truth to it. Every hour she didn't speak, the speculation multiplied like gremlins after midnight. Fans waited for her to clap back, cry, scream, or break something. But nothing came. Meanwhile, Karlissa wasn't done. She kept posting little hints, tiny jabs, cryptic sentences like she was writing a riddle. She threw in comments about real mothers who helped their kids through struggle, and fake celebrities who lie to their fans. Every sentence was another gasoline-soaked match tossed into the fire. She knows how to stir up drama better than most influencers know how to edit a picture. Some people defended Chrisean, saying even if she was living in a shelter at some point, it doesn't change anything. They argued she earned her success through grit, and a shelter only adds depth to her story. Others turned it into a joke, saying she would have turned the shelter into a party house with her personality. One meme showed a bunk bed with LED lights and a caption, Chrisean would have made it lit anyway. The internet never lets anything pass quietly. But then part 2 of this madness arrived, the era of celebrity reactions, wild theories, and public chaos. Various reality TV stars chimed in, half of them pretending to be concerned while secretly loving every second. When drama like this drops, Hollywood reacts the same way pigeons react to breadcrumbs. They swarm instantly. A few Baddies cast members commented with cryptic statements like, you never know what people go through and truth always comes out. Eventually, those vague one-liners always make things worse because they sound wise while adding zero actual clarity. Some influencers even claimed they knew the whole story and then refused to elaborate. They just wanted attention. This created another wave of speculation, dragging the rumor into meme territory. One video showed a girl pacing like she was trying to decode a government file, while the caption read, me trying to understand the Karlissa Chrisean shelter Kash and Naj timeline. People who dislike Chrisean jumped in like sharks smelling blood. They said the rumor explained her impulsive behavior and constant chaos. They suggested the shelter background gave her a fighter's mentality, which is why she always reacts with fists instead of words. Others defended her fiercely, saying she overcame challenges and that Karlissa was weaponizing trauma for clout. Blueface fans took the opportunity to claim their favorite toxic rapper made her famous, while Chrisean fans argued she boosted Blueface's entire career. The comment sections turned into war zones. You couldn't scroll for 2 seconds without seeing someone typing a paragraph, like they were preparing for a televised debate. Meanwhile, Kash and Naj fight started trending just as hard as a shelter rumor. People slowed down clips, zoomed in, analyzed punches like they were studying sports footage. Some said Kash won because of her footwork. Others said Naj had better technique. It became the internet version of a boxing match breakdown. There were memes comparing the fight to Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, and Dragon Ball Z. Even sports pages reposted it because the punches looked too professional for reality TV. Then came the biggest twist. People started claiming the fight symbolized the drama between Karlissa and Chrisean. They made side-by-side edits of Kash throwing a punch and Karlissa throwing shade. The captions were insane: energy transfer, spiritual beef, drama echoes through dimensions. The internet will take anything and turn it into a multi-universe storyline. But the moment things really exploded was when a couple of influencers claimed that someone from Baddies knew about the shelter situation and mentioned it off camera, causing tension. Suddenly the fight had a motive, even though nobody could confirm it. And once the rumor caught momentum, it didn't matter whether it was true. It became part of the collective delusion we call social media. The escalation didn't stop there. TikTok detectives created timelines, charts, maps, and emotional analysis breakdowns. They drew connections like they were solving a crime. One user created a conspiracy board with string and push pins connecting shelter, Karlissa, Chrisean, Baddies fight, Naj, and Kash. It looked like an FBI task force investigating supernatural activity. Celebrities started laughing at the situation publicly because the storyline was too insane to ignore. A rapper posted, "How the whole internet in a frenzy over a shelter and a hallway fight." Another influencer joked, "We need a Marvel movie targeted at this level of chaos," and honestly, they weren't wrong. Karlissa eventually doubled down, acting like she was dropping world news. She has that superpower where she'll say something wild and then stand behind it. Like she's the president delivering a national address. Her confidence wasn't the issue. It was the fact that the story kept bending reality every time she added a new detail. Meanwhile, Chrisean's fans were begging her to respond. They were tagging her nonstop, writing paragraphs demanding the truth. They wanted her reaction more than they wanted the actual answer. The phenomenon with Chrisean is simple. When she speaks, drama gets bigger. When she's silent, drama gets worse. There was no peaceful outcome. Naj and Kash unintentionally became the mascots for this entire storyline. The more people talked about the shelter rumor, the more they talked about the fight. And the more they talked about the fight, the more they dragged back the shelter rumor. The two scandals fused together like they were meant to unfold in the same week. This wasn't just reality TV chaos. It was cosmic-level entertainment. By the time the Baddies episode replayed on multiple pages, people were convinced the fight represented something bigger. They started giving it philosophical interpretations. Naj represents truth. Kash represents denial, and others said. Their fight symbolizes the internet, battling between believing Karlissa and defending Chrisean. People were writing essays like they were in English class again. The controversy reached the level where journalists, bloggers, and YouTubers raced to upload their takes. Every channel had a video titled "The Truth About the Shelter Rumor" or "Kash vs. Naj Fight Explained." And ironically, none of them actually had answers. The lack of facts didn't stop anyone. It just fueled the creativity. By now the story wasn't just trending. It was dominating every feed. Whether people believed Karlissa or thought she was spinning fiction, everyone agreed on one thing: this entire situation was pure entertainment. A storyline so chaotic it felt scripted, yet so messy it had to be real. Actual celebrities were responding with laughing emojis, proving that even Hollywood was confused. The internet collectively realized one universal truth: whenever drama includes Karlissa, Chrisean, and anything baddies, reality stops making sense. It becomes a digital circus where every rumor grows legs, every fight becomes symbolic, and every silence becomes suspicious. And this scandal? This one was a masterpiece of madness. The aftermath of this chaos hit the internet like a thunderstorm with no warning. Once the rumors, fights, and half-confessions mixed together, the situation turned into a full-blown cultural event. Social feeds became war zones, where opinions were stronger than logic, and everyone suddenly acted like they were personally present at the shelter, the Baddies' house, and Karlissa's living room at the exact same time. The internet specializes in rewriting reality, and this scandal was the perfect canvas for their creativity. One of the first consequences was the explosion of think pieces about celebrity struggles and reality TV trauma. People love pretending to be deep when drama hits. Suddenly everyone was analyzing Chrisean's behavior like they were licensed therapists. They said the shelter rumor explained her emotional reactions, unpredictable decisions, and tendency to fight like she's defending a championship belt. They described her life as a cycle of survival, turning TikTok into a philosophy class nobody asked for. Meanwhile, Karlissa enjoyed every bit of attention like it was her birthday week. She kept throwing shade, posting cryptic sentences, acting like the spiritual narrator of this entire saga. Her confidence boosted by the chaos, she continued to drop hints about truths that will make the industry shake. She talked with the tone of someone who believes she has a documentary coming out soon. Her fans started hyping her up, calling her a truth teller, while her critics rolled their eyes so hard they could see their own thoughts. The Baddies cast couldn't escape the ripple effect. Naj and Kash's fight took on a mythological level of importance. People weren't just watching the fight anymore, they were analyzing every movement, like it was choreography with secret symbolism. Some fans swore Naj's punches represented frustration with fake storylines, while others said Kash's swings were the physical embodiment of bottled-up tension in the house. The interpretations grew so wild that even cast members started responding with disbelief. As the story matured into a giant internet beast, viewers noticed how many unanswered questions were floating around. If Chrisean really stayed in a shelter at some point, why was Karlissa the one revealing it? And if it was false, why did Chrisean stay silent longer than usual? The unanswered questions gave the rumor immortality. Drama without closure is the greatest gift to gossip culture. People close to Chrisean tried to defend her subtly, saying she was focused on her child and ignoring negativity. But the lack of a direct denial left room for everyone to twist the narrative however they wanted. Some believed she was choosing grace. Others thought she was embarrassed. And the internet thrives when facts go missing because it loves building storylines out of thin air. Then, just when the scandal seemed like it would calm down, the memes got even funnier. One viral meme showed a shelter door with a red carpet rolled out, with fans joking that Chrisean made it luxury. Another showed Kash and Naj fighting in front of a building labeled Plot Twist HQ. People weren't just watching the drama, they were remixing it like DJs at a festival. The fallout didn't end there. A few podcast hosts jumped into the conversation, adding gasoline to the fire. One podcast claimed someone they couldn't name confirmed parts of the rumor. Another claimed Karlissa wasn't exposing the past. She was trying to sabotage Chrisean's current success. This created a new narrative, jealousy. They painted Karlissa as the villain who couldn't handle Chrisean's rising influence. Whether true or not, the storyline fit perfectly into the chaos at the center of everything. Chrisean's silence turned into a strategic mystery. Fans debated whether she was planning a big comeback, waiting for the right moment, or simply ignoring the mess like it was a noisy neighbor. Some thought she was collecting receipts, ready to explode with a massive response. Others argued she matured and didn't want to feed negativity. Whatever the reason, her silence became the loudest part of the story. Naj and Kash, however, weren't silent. Their fight became their entire personality for the week. They commented, reposted fans, shaded each other, and owned the spotlight. Their beef became the secondary plotline, fueling episode discussions and casting predictions. Viewers treated them like gladiators waiting for the rematch. The fight overshadowed half the cast, which made everyone else jealous. And jealousy in a reality show is like adding hot sauce to a wound. Producers noticed the chaos too. They began teasing the episode like it was a blockbuster movie. The fight clips were used in promos, with dramatic music and captions implying deeper tension. They promoted the storyline so aggressively it almost confirmed what fans were already theorizing. The fight had layers. Even if it didn't have layers, the marketing made sure it looked like it did. Meanwhile, blogs used the scandal to generate endless content. Every outlet had a headline that contradicted the previous one. One day it was shelter rumor debunked. The next day it was new evidence suggests rumor might be true. The whiplash was unbelievable. But readers kept clicking. That's the nature of digital chaos. Everyone knows it's messy, but they can't look away. Eventually, the scandal developed a life of its own. It no longer mattered what was true or false. It mattered how entertaining the storyline was. The shelter rumor became a piece of internet folklore. The fight between Kash and Naj became a cultural moment, and Karlissa became the unhinged narrator guiding everyone through the madness. The reputations of everyone involved shifted. Chrisean was painted as both a survivor and a chaotic icon. Karlissa became the unpredictable auntie of the internet who says too much with too much confidence. Naj and Kash became viral sensations, securing more screen time by default. And the Baddies brand elevated its crown as the queen of unfiltered chaos. The scandal didn't destroy anyone. It made the entire storyline bigger. It proved once again that drama fuels fame. And the internet rewards anyone who unintentionally goes viral. And in this case, everyone involved walked away with more attention, more followers, and more screenshots being shared than they expected. But the biggest consequence came from the fans. They didn't just witness the chaos, they took ownership of it. They shaped the narrative, exaggerated it, joked about it, studied it, and remixed it. The audience became the co-authors of the scandal. In the digital age, the viewers don't just watch the show. They expand it. They are the real producers, and that's why this story will not end here. As long as Karlissa has Wi-Fi, as long as Chrisean has emotions, and as long as the Baddies cast has unresolved tension, the internet will keep receiving episodes of this unpredictable saga. This scandal isn't over. It's just on its lunch break. More twists are coming because this universe thrives on chaos. If you survive this roller coaster of chaos, congratulations, your attention span deserves an award. This entire storyline was so wild it could power a whole season of reality TV on its own. And the craziest part, this is only 1 week of drama for these people. Next week someone will say something even more unhinged. Someone will throw another punch. And Karlissa will probably go live from a moving vehicle just to add more spice to the universe. So before the next scandal breaks, and trust me, it's already brewing in someone's drafts, make sure you smash that like button like it owes you rent money. Hit the comments and tell me whose side you're on. Because I know you've got opinions boiling hotter than Twitter on a Monday morning. And if you're one of those people who never comments, today is the day you break that curse. Go off. Drag somebody. Defend somebody. Rewrite history. This is a judgment-free zone for all chaos enthusiasts. Subscribe with the same energy Karlissa uses when she exposes someone, full confidence, no hesitation, and zero remorse. You already know scandals drop here faster than celebrities unfollow each other. After a messy breakup, if you blink, you'll miss an entire storyline, and trust me, the next chapter? It's going to be even more unhinged. Phones will shake, timelines will melt, people will lie, people will cry, and the internet will do what it does best, turn everything into a meme. So buckle up. Stay tapped in and prepare yourself, because the drama never sleeps. And neither do we. And neither do we.